Good morning, everyone. Right. He's gone. Brilliant. I've got work going on. Well, not me. Well, everyone. We've got work going on in the building, so you hear drilling and all that. It's not me farting. Oh man, what a night, man! What a night. Well, I've sent me Tam the link. I don't know if he'll jump on. The link's at the top. Then if anyone else wants to join in, yeah. What's this person saying? Dave. Funny stuff. I'm here. I am here. I am here. I'm just talk. I've not got talk sport anymore because it didn't have fear. But if anyone wants to join in, please do. I got a strike on. A strike on. What's it called? YouTube. So I've deleted that. Tam. Tam the Bam. I've not eaten my breakfast. I can not bother about my breakfast. Who do we have after that? What Kevin Muscat? That's Muscat for me. Because his stock's going up, and we might not be able to get him again. On the show, we might not be able to get him again because his stock's going up. Simple as that. Man, flipping glasses do my nothing, man. Aye, it's all very interesting. All very interesting. A good buzz, like. Aye. Who do we go for next? I think Muscat's got to be high on the list, isn't he? I do think it'll probably be Muscat. Who's it? Who was it? I was going to say. I do think it's probably going to be. I've totally forgot what I'm going to say. See you lot. It is your fault. I think it's. I think it'll be Dice. I think it's between Dice and Muscat. Gerard, I'm not so sure. But I'd take all the names. Like, I'm not changing. I'm not changing my mind for last night. I'm lying back and look like a fat. What was I going to say? Like, I can actually change this. How do I do it again? Right, I'm messing about with this. So layout, camera, ultra wide. We don't need the ultra wide. Just the front camera. There we go. God, I'm beautiful. Right, Sean. See, right. See the gentleman here, wee Sean. Oh, yeah, Matlow, another Matlow. I'm a Matlow as well. My next Matlow as well, Sean. I did, although I wasn't a crab mariner like you obviously are. What I know this for a fact because somebody messaged me on the page that is extremely in the know about Gerard's situation in Bahrain. He's extremely settled there family wise. His kids are doing it really well at school. The kids have never been so settled in their life. That's going to be a big deal. I know what the international schools are like out there. They're brilliant. Like, it's it'll be in the British curriculum. But we'll see. We don't know. But then I say to myself, if the Liverpool job come up, it'd be at Anfield tomorrow or this afternoon. You know, yeah. Sam Allardyce, nah. His football days are over. I think. Right. Can I ask you why you don't want Dice? Because Dice will lock the back door. He's very similar to Walter Smith and the kind of person he is. I think he'll get things done. And just because he done fairly well in the English Premier League, which is a way higher standard than Scotland, so he would do well in Scotland. Wee Tam, I've shouted wee Tam. See, Dice for me, Dice. Right, here's the thing. See, people say, "Oh, he didn't do well in England." Right, okay. Big Ange did well in Scotland, won a treble. We thought he would have done. He went down to England and has not done too well, even though he won a European trophy. But he can't keep a job. And here's the one I'm going to snooker you with. See when Walter Smith went down to Everton, he was a disaster. You ask any Everton fan, I know he had money constraints and all that, but he still couldn't get a team of football players to play football. He almost relegated Everton. So, listen, I want a defensive. I want defensive. I don't want to be losing goals over that. But over 200 shots on target this season against us. I want somebody there that's defensive. If we lock the back door, goals come naturally. You know. Um, he's not a reject, right? Right, another reject at Everton, mate. Every manager apart from Klopp and Pep have been sacked at some point. This one does my nut in as well. An Everton reject. So what? He's been sacked. Everyone's been sacked. So 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 you want a team that's going to lose in goals and probably loses games, you know. Defense. When you ask any manager, well, it's fair. What Smith was a defensive manager. Um, you know what I mean. So right, I'm not going to dwell too much on Russell Martin because he's done, man. You know what I mean. Let's. Stuart, they're well only going anywhere, mate. Barry, I don't want anyone near us because he's done nothing to deserve it. Muscat's way above Gerrard and Barry. Yeah, I can't see McInnes leaving purely for the fact he's about to make history at Hearts if they win. Barry's. Uh, I'm here. I'm replying to people. What was I told? But Dice would be decent. Dice will win his trophies. You know what I mean? You ask Sir Alex Ferguson, Walter, anyone, man. It's Walter built the team from back to front. Exactly. You know what I mean? Dice will be fine at Ibrox. You know what I mean? If he can do well in English Premiership, he can certainly do well in Scotland. You know, British manager. I'm not all right. He's not got any Rangers connections. He'll know about. He knows about Rangers. He knows what's required here. I'd have Gerald back in a heartbeat myself. Yeah, no issues with that. So, can you explain why? What's why is he such a terrible manager? Why does he keep getting jobs in English Premiership, the hardest league in the world? Uh, he'll lock the back door. He'll get his win. This isn't a difficult league to win. Barry Ferguson, right? See that rumor what you read on a Facebook page. Barry Ferguson's not coming near Rangers as number two. Barry Ferguson said numerous times on podcasts the only way he'll come back to Rangers if he's a manager full time, not an interim or anything like that. Ah, shit. Nah, he was terrible. Sorry, Barry was garbage. See, this job's for the boys. I'm sorry, I'm not buying into it at all. I've got no idea about FIFA. Nah, I would have him, but he's not coming. Like I say, he's slowly marching toward greatness at White Hart Lane through Hearts. So yeah, but it's complete crap, mate. Because Barry Ferguson said he's never coming back to Rangers unless he's a manager. He said it himself. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. It's interesting. At least this I hate international break. So this at least it keeps this international break interesting. But I say I'm just one. Hang on a second. Be interesting to see who's taking training and all that today. It's easy enough to do though. I mean, it's just about keeping fitness and I don't know the under 18s guess. Yeah, Gerard, no problem. It was good last night, wasn't it, Liam? Schmidt, I'm not sure about him. The thing is, I was sold in, not sold in Danny Roll, but I was like, okay, Danny Roll's only been a manager for 2 seasons. That's too big a risk. Those 2 seasons might have been a complete fluke at Chef Wednesday. So I'm not. I don't want him near as it's too much. Not like a Martin signing, but it's too big a risk for me. I'm sorry. Not that anyone said that yet, but aye. I'm trying something here. Give me a second. Second. No, that doesn't work. Aye, my preferences. I've said. I don't know if you've watched the videos. Muscat. I want Kevin Muscat. I just got a feeling. My gut feeling's nice. I may be wrong. I'm wrong a lot, as you all know. But listen, I've done something here. I'm messing about with it. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. Do, 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 do. Right, okay. Yeah, Liam, Raw sound. I'm no doubt Raw's going to go on to a good career. He's German as well. Germans don't mess about. But 2 seasons at Chef Wednesday, that's his only managerial. Too big a risk right now. No, no, no. I've got no doubt. I say that. I'm pretty sure the chap will go on to great, good things. But nah, too big a risk right now. And one of every manager's a risk, but there's levels, and that's too big. That's too much for me. Yeah, the thing about Muscat, like I've said, this will be our last chance for Muscat because he's, like we all know, he's league in China or it's not Hong Kong. Where is it? Japan's over in a couple of weeks. I think he's going to win the league there. Um, After that, his stock's going to go up, and we might not be able to afford him again, or we might not. He might, you know what I mean? It's a last chance. Happy Monday, yeah. I, Daiso set us up very well. He knows he's a good manager. And the thing is, remember, he plays to his strengths in England. He played to his strengths. He knew he had to be defensive in the Premier League. He was at Burnley and Everton. You know what I mean? They have to set up defensively. Up here, he needs to set up defence. We need to be locked at the back door, but he gets more freedom to be attack minded. I think it'd be a good appointment. People are snobby. People seem to think that we're in a par with the Premiership. We're not even close. Gerard brings stability and all that. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to talk too much about Martin because he's gone. We've talked about him for months now. The twat's gone, so we'll leave it at that. Jacob Poulsen. I don't really want. I would rather it be from the pool that we're talking about than another guess. You won the English Championship with Burnley. I mean that's no mean feat. That's a much higher level than Scotland. Sorry, my phone's. I might have a job thinking through in a bit, so I might need to bugger off. But yeah, come on, Tam, get on. Steven Gerrard. What's the matter? What's the small bag talking? But aye, Dice. No, but he'll play it up here because he's got the freedom to do that because he doesn't need to be defensive up here. As defensive minded, what's this? The thing is, all the players when whoever comes in, all the players get a new line in the sand. Rafa as well. Yeah, Rafa Benitez possibly. Aye. I know Van Bommel's name's kicking about. Maybe. I mean, that was in Holland when he was in his prime, man. He was. Oh, yeah, but see, I need to. I pressed enter at the wrong time. The players are all right. There's nothing wrong with the pool of players we've got. They're all right. The players were in a disarray. They didn't know what they were doing. Kevin Muscat, yeah. But aye. Right, I'll get off that phone. Aye, would be happy with Dice, but I can't understand why anyone would want Dice other than snobbery and without thinking about it. Everyone's got very valid points, but the dice thing's bollocks. I think I don't like saying that, but yeah, people can't explain why they don't want dice, which is weird. Right, Blair. See this one. What's his name again? He was mentioned a lot last night. Somebody said he's been approached by English Premiership teams and big Championship teams. I think he's quite happy where he is. I'm going to assume he's a local guy and all that. And he says he doesn't need to move. He's doing well in Champions League, and it's a total dream. If you go into YouTube and look at that goal with the Australian guy, he does a thing up at Bobo Clinton. It's real interesting. Like, but no, he won't go to the Premiership. He's not coming near us. I tell you what, see if a manager comes in and wins the league, that's legendary status, man. That's a Netflix movie. And it's very possible we can do it. We need to be above Celtic also. I wouldn't mind Hearts winning the league. If we don't win it, obviously I want Hearts to win it. But that'd be a great story if Hearts win it. But I think they'll have a rough patch once the suspensions and that come in. I'm pretty sure Dice's name is right up there. Ian, can you explain in detail why you don't want Dice? Why an established English Premiership manager that works with constraints and has done well wouldn't do well in Scotland? I don't understand that at all. I think it'll be Dice. That's my opinion. Aye, where's we Tam, man? Come on, you. Thank God he's gone. Yep. But Dice, aye, it's brilliant. He's gone, man. It's just not Dice thingy ball bag got gone. Hopefully we've gone past that. Aye. Muscat. I hope it's Muscat. I think it's between Dice and Muscat with Gerard a slight outsider. There's a point here. Muscat played 14 games in Belgium and only won two. I never knew that. Every manager. That's a bit of a worrying stat. That actually. But aye. So aye, his record is rubbish. Whose record's rubbish? Sorry. Normal project managers. I don't think the manager's been mentioned. Aren't they project managers, mind you? So I'm just sorting out so people can't comment. Celtic fans can't comment on reels and stuff. Klopp. Aye. Somebody saying Klopp. That would be nice. But I'm just hoping that the board have learned no kind of project type managers. That's why I want something like Dice and but Rafa Benitez as well. David Ancelotti's just been sacked, so why he's lasted less than Martin did. So I would say David Healy and David Healy and Stephen Davis. That'd be as bad as Musk as but we'll just get rid of. Sorry. Yeah, aye. Thelwell and Thelwell and Stuart on the going, mate. I rate anyone that does well in the English Premiership, and Dice did. But Southgate, he's nah. I mean, it would take him, but he'd be like 8, 9, 10 million pound a year. Yeah, I agree with that. We can't have a rookie. I mean, is Gerrard still a rookie? Would you consider that? But nah, Gerrard's he's. See, to be honest with you, a manager right now, he'll know that we've got money to spend. So a manager come in, one of the first things he wants to know is his budget. And we'll have a budget, a good budget. For all people rightly say we only spent something like net 3 million last year. We still spent big compared to what we've done in decades, over a decade. So I'm all right with that. Rafa, I'd have Rafa. Thoroughly a gentleman too. Money wasn't a problem. But money, to be honest with you, money isn't really a problem. It's just a level of manager we can attract. Money, we've got money in the bank. It's we've got money. It's we're kind of we are there. That's why we can say the managers are getting mentioned. We can say, like, Sam, right, I'm using the mouse, so it's easy to what I'm doing. He's the best manager England have had since Sir Alf Ramsey. I thought he did well with England. I know it'd be funny, but that Japan league's difficult. That's not an easy league. That's massive. Yeah. But look at what Ange did, right? Ancelotti, no, 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 no. He's been sacked already, isn't he, David Ancelotti? So well, he lasted less than Martin. Let's have a look. Wait a minute. Yeah. All right, he's that managerial career assistant. Let me look. See, David Ancelotti's in Brazil, man. So, um, nah, he's not coming. He's in a job. He's in Brazil. So, no, listen, I know, but yeah, I totally agree, Jake. I totally agree. Hmm. Was he's not coming from? Was it Porto or whatever? He's not coming. Moore's going to be an England international. He's just listen. Every player gets a line in the sand now. A new manager, might come in and get the absolute best out of him. You know, Barry, get him. He's worse than Martin. Get this Barry thing out your head, man. It's mental. He's rubbish. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know. We'll see. It's just it's hard to call, but it's interesting. Let's see. I'm interested to see who's taking training and all that. You know, who's going to be picking the team. Because I think the managers we're mentioning, all it takes is a phone call drop with the Rangers manager because they'll all be primed for this job. They'll all be ready for for Rangers to come knocking, and it'll be yes or no. There might be a bit right how much money we're going to spend. I'm not sure wages are a big deal with them because we could probably give them what they want. But the one thing is maybe the length of contract. Like people said yesterday, oh, just give them 1 year contracts. No manager's going to take that in a million years. It'll be a 3 year contract. Oh, Barry, I'm a Barry fan as a player, but you take the fact out he played for Rangers away, right? Say he played for Hearts, right, and done well with them. Are you going to? Would anyone want him near Rangers if he didn't have the Rangers connection? Not a chance. I've got no idea who he is, and it sounds very project manager like. So, as long as it's the right manager, like I understand people won't want Dice, right? But if you don't want Dice, that's fine. And if he comes, then just accept it and give him time because he'll do all right with us. He'll do all right with us. Who's Robinson? McKenna. Rob's. McInnes is not going to leave Hearts. As I say, he's going to be a Hearts legend if they win the league and all that. Advocate's just he's retired. The last time I seen his last game for Feyenoord and he was crying on it. I think that was the game. Barry Ferris. Nah, there you go, man. Doing bad news, Jake. See this? Can you see that drilling? It's all day. It's been going on for days now, man. That wasn't at the weekend, mind you, but I think the whole block is £250,000 getting spent putting cladding on, man. Thank God I've moved it. Or I'm moving it. Man. Oh, up, yeah, tube. It's a different feeling nowadays as a Rangers fan, isn't it, man? Different feeling. I hate wearing flipping glasses, man. Pain in the backside. There's a bit there as well, but at the same time, we want to be the right guy. We don't want to rush into anything. Like I say, I feel though if we don't get somebody by the end of the week, the managers we want have said no. You've got to remember that. That's another thing. It's sounding out managers, but it's also the managers will know as well. They know that the Rangers job will be coming up probably. You know what I mean? So they might have been doing a bit of homework on us before. Um, yeah, I would have terrored. Barry Ferguson is a terrible manager. The end. Barry Ferguson, who does he come? Do you think he commands respect for the players in that dressing room? I don't. They don't know who he is. But aye, man, it's we'll see what happens. It's but I say I think by the end of the week, somebody's got to be in by the end of the week, or it's not happening. It's not who we want, which is worrying. But like I say, Jake, the players, the managers probably know who managers that we're going to go for. We probably know already. See if it's some left field appointment again at Russell Martin that we've never really heard of. I'm like, oh, they've got to get this one right, man. No, they won't do that because if it goes wrong again, can you imagine the abuse we're going to give the board if it comes in and it doesn't work? I do agree with you. I think he would have done all right with the backing, but no, nah, it's not happening. Oh, Barry's an absolute club legend. When you pick your all-time greatest 11, he's up there. He's probably in the team, you know. Right, Ian, Barry said he will only come to Rangers as a manager, nothing else, a full-time manager. I didn't even think of the Everlink. I just think he fits the mould. It's a really experienced British manager, knows how to lock the back door. With a bit more freedom up here to be attack minded, he'll do that. You know, aye, he'll be all right. See that's a good question. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe you never know. Barry might not take it, but Neil McCann might date a wee Billy Dodds might take it. I mean, I'm pretty sure McCann would take it, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to, but I don't know. What month's this? October. So about 4 weeks we need to wait. Somebody needs to come in. But aye. The boy along at St Mirren as well. What's his chops? He might. You never know. His name gets in. Yeah, I've seen Mark Van Bommel said he wants to. Mark Van Bommel's put his name in the hat, I believe. So the media are saying. I don't know if that's how true that is. I've seen that. I'm busting for a pee. But I'm here. Like I'm just checking. Hey, let's see. Gerard or Muscat, someone who will do. But I forgot about Muscat's record in Belgium. 14 games, 2 wins. That's Russell Martin form. Let's be honest. I forgot about that one, and that's sitting in my head, bugging me now. I've got a feeling it's dice. I just get a feeling it's dice. I'm just changing the settings so as nobody can go. But Van Bommel's got a mixed record as a manager, but he won the Belgium league the other year, so that's a good standard. Switch. But who else is there, man? A few players, a few managers. But like you say, you've got to get right. Van Bronk, right? Here's the thing about Gio. He's the Liverpool number two. He's in more money than he'll be at Rangers. There's next to no pressure on him compared to what will be at Ibrox because he's the number two. He's probably going to win the Champions League, I think. He can win the English Premiership. He's not coming back. But you never know. That's the thing, like you say, Scotty, and being shafted. Like when Bommel, like when with Van Bommel, he when I was living in Holland, that's when Van Bommel was in his prime. Right, you see the betting thing, I don't really pay much attention to that because it's all AI generated in it. It's if somebody's put £1,000 on Gerard in the next 10 minutes, that'll change again, and or put £1,000 on Muscat, that'll change again. I'm not a big gambler, so that's the way I understand how it works. And like I've said earlier in the podcast, Gerard said himself that I know Gerard's very settled in Bahrain, and see Gerard, people going up the tax thing, that's not an issue anymore. That finished in April. We need to be. We do need a statement from the chairman and stuff like that. I'm going to assume that will happen at some point today, maybe lunchtime or something like that. I don't know if the media have been called to Ibrox. I mean, I seen Chris Boyd was at Ibrox 8 o'clock this morning, so um, who knows? Who knows? Nutson said, I think Nuts is very comfortable at Bodo Glint. He's, or whatever you say, at Bodo Glint. From what I was told on here last night, he's been asked by Premiership teams and all that, and he just doesn't want to leave there, and he's happy. So I'm assuming his lifestyle is maybe a local guy and all that. So it must be a great thing. But yeah. Yeah, the Rangers of you've got to remember Rangers of your mainstream media. They're not as just dafties talking. They're owned by a huge conglomerate. Oh, that's not me criticising them, by the way. Chris Jack's brilliant, but we'll see what happens. So, sorry for sniffing. I've got the sniffles. Aye. I don't follow Rangers of you anyway, to be honest with you. I do. I saw the other. Let me see. Fuck off. I'm still here. Yeah, ball bags. They've got one of the guys outside out, so I see. And yeah, one of the Rangers review guys, a Celtic fan, isn't he? Aye. No, Rangers review Google them. They're owned by uh, some massive conglomerate that owns all sorts around the world. Aye. Solskjaer, that's a name as well. I would be, yep. If he wasn't that bad at Man United. Well, no, Man United are as big a basket case as us at the moment. So, aye, that drilling's going on all day and all, man. No, they're run by a conglomerate. Aye. Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. They're a good bunch, like. Aye. I'll need to go for a pee in a minute, man. But right, listen, I'm going to jump off for a bit, right? Because I've not had my breakfast and all that, and I'm hyped up. But again, thanks for joining in and all that. I'll wait till later till somebody else can come on with me. I Yeah, but Dice is playing in the English Premiership, mate.